Hello, welcome back to Crochet and Fiber. I am Sig. This is my channel, and you, of course, are always welcomed here. Now, today's video, I'm going to be talking about the rice stitch. Now, the rice stitch's equivalent in knitting is basically the moss stitch. So the knitted moss stitch is very similar to the crocheted rice stitch. And so let's talk about that for a second. Now here is the example of the rice stitch. You can kind of see I do it in a couple of different colors so you can see what it looks like if you're going to put in some colors and maybe do some color changing. Now this fabric is a lovely dense texture. It's firm but a little squishy. So it has all sorts of lovely feel. Yeah, it's very tactile. It's also kind of cool in that it's reversible. So there are lots of things that you would prefer to have more a reversible look, like maybe a blanket. And so of course this is a very good stitch if you're making a textured blanket. It's also good for accessories. So while it is a heavy fabric, if you want to make heavier accessories, so if you want a really chunky scarf or a chunky hat, this is like the perfect stitch for that, especially if you're just working with your typical acrylic 4-way. So if you have yarn that's not chunky yarn, but you want a chunky accessory, the rice stitch really is a lovely stitch for that. I'm also told that this particular stitch is particularly lovely with a chenille or velvet yarn. And if you're a beginner using a chenille or velvet yarn, which can sometimes be difficult for beginners to use because it's really hard to see what you're doing, is really a good choice to use with this stitch because you're basically using front and back post work. And so you don't have to try to figure out the top stitches. It's just so easy to find your posts from the previous row, and then you just go and work it up from there. Another great thing about this stitch is it's super accommodating. You can use just about any weight of yarn, any type of yarn for this, and it's still going to work out just wonderful for you. And then before we get started, the last couple of things I have to say is this is a 1-row repeat stitch. So on top of everything else, it's super easy to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and right here, if you're making the 12 by 12 block, I'm going to go ahead and right here, I'm going to let you know basically your instructions in order to complete that block. And then after that, you're just going to go ahead and follow the instructions provided in the tutorial. So let me start off by explaining to you how to make a rice stitch. As already discussed, the rice stitch is really very much a crochet look-alike of the knit moss stitch. Now for this particular stitch, you're going to begin by making a chain of even numbers and then adding 3. So for example, for this demonstration, I'm going to crochet 20 chains, and then I'm going to add 3 more. So that'll give me a total of 23 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 21, 22, and 23. Now, if I were making a 12 by 12 tile of this particular block for my sampler quilt or Afghan, if that is what you're making, if that's what you're following these monthly videos for, then you're going to want to chain a total of 51 chains. Now, this particular stitch is also a 1-row repeat. So that makes it nice and it makes it easy. And I'm going to begin, now that I have my foundation chain, I'm going to begin with row 1. And for row 1, I'm going to double crochet in the 4th chain from my hook. And then I'm going to double crochet in each stitch after that. So I'm going to continue and have a double crochet for each stitch until I've finished my foundation chain. Okay, so now that I've completed my first row, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to start on row 2. Now for row 2, what I want to do is I want to chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. And then in this next stitch right here, I want to do a front post double crochet. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with that, I'm going to yarn over just like I would with a double crochet. Take my hook, I'm going to insert it behind the next post, or rather the post from the first row. I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to continue to crochet just like I would a regular double crochet. Then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a back post double crochet. And so it's basically the same idea, except I'm going to wrap around this next post from the stitch from row 1, but from behind. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to bring it to the back of my work, and then I'm going to hook it around that next stitch and take it to the back again. And I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull that yarn through. And then I'm going to continue making my double crochet. So just like that, you can see I have my front post and my back post. Next, I'm going to do a front post double crochet. And after that, I'm going to do a back post double crochet. So basically, I'm going to alternate my back posts and my front post double crochets. Now I'm going to, at my last 2 stitches, I'm going to go ahead and do my next front post double crochet. And then for this very last stitch, basically your turning chain, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to place just a straight double crochet into that stitch. Just like that. Then I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to begin row 3. So for row 3, I'm just basically going to repeat row 2. So that means I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to make a front post double crochet. So this is my next stitch. I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook right behind that post, and I'm going to continue as normal. And then after I make my front post double crochet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the pattern of back post double crochet and then front post double crochet all the way until the very last stitch, which is basically that turning stitch right here. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do, my next is going to be a back post double crochet and then a front post double crochet. Back post double crochet and then my front post double crochet. I'm going to continue that again until the very last stitch of the row, which in this case is going to end up being that previous turning chain. I'm going to finish off with my last front post double crochet. And again, this is my last stitch for this row, which is that turning chain. And then I'm going to go ahead and I am going to just place a regular double crochet right in there. Maybe if I can get it in there. There you go. Just like that. And so now row 3 is completed. And you can already see that nice textured stitch taking place and what that's going to look like. And again, I'm going to turn my work and I'm going to begin row 2 again. And it is as simple as that. Well, there you go. Another week, another episode, another cup of coffee or tea with friends. I just again want to thank you for joining me today. It was great fun, and I will be looking forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye now.